Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Wednesday Night Shooting. I am Tonya Rodgers here with, well, not the SmackDown Live reviewer anymore, huh?
Well,
Well, it's and
I'm still
you still
here.
are still,
Yeah.
but
I'm
not
still.
really. Okay,
Yeah.
still for now the
Still.
SmackDown
Yeah.
Live reviewer, Andrew M. Swift.
Yay, I
Yay!
guess. Yay.
And so Andrew has something he wants to say, so I'm gonna hold
Yeah.
off on my stick first and
You're
let
gonna
him have the floor. Yeah.
mute the mic and let me say my
Yeah,
two
let you have it.
cents. Oh, long-time listeners of the show and people who have read any of my many words know that I have long had with both the booking, but also definitely a little bit of the performer of Charlotte Flair. And I'd just like to, for the record, for the public record, that I want to take back everything negative I ever said about Charlotte. Because, I mean, I was in the height of my Sasha markdom and not think right. Okay. When it happens in the wrestling world with her, I just can't do it. So that was a thing that I had with Charlotte, but in hindsight, looking back, I was much too rough on her, and it's obvious that she's an immense talent. And now that I've seen what things can be or what direction they can go, it's more important than ever that everyone that proclaims themselves to be a fan of women's wrestling in WWE needs to back wholeheartedly the women's wrestlers. Sorry, Charlotte. I take it all back.
Yay! See? Progress.
There we go.
It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so before we get into the happenings of the week, I'm gonna announce my fucking moves of the week. And it has nothing to really do with any programming. Okay, this was Saturday, I think. Finn Balor posted a tweet, and I follow him on Twitter, where he was like, Samoa Joe versus Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt versus the entire Balor Club. And I was like, hey, wait. So I sent him something that was like, your Balor Club ain't got nothing on the Roman Empire. We fight to the death for our guy. Then I got all these tweets from these people coming at me for being a Roman Reigns fan. So I would just like to say, all these people, one in particular was like, oh, I guess it's cool being a Roman Reigns fan if you have to be bottle fed your favorite wrestler. And all this other stuff about, there's more people in the Balor Club, apparently, but Roman has over twice as many Twitter followers. But Twitter followers doesn't mean anything. What, does his merch sales mean anything to you? Do they? Because they're better than Finn Balor's too. I get it. Somebody posted a GIF of his entrance. Yes, because it's fun to put your hands up. Crap, I'm sorry, Roman doesn't have anything stupid and silly that the crowd can do. But as Ty Dillinger, he illustrates. I mean, where the fuck has he been anyway? You don't have to necessarily be over yourself to get the crowd involved in this shit you're doing, is what I'm saying. So, all of you Baylor fans who came at me, you're the fucking moves of the week. Kiss my ass. Somebody asked me, why are you here? On the earth? So I tweeted to them, I was like, why are you here? They're like, I'm a part of the Baylor Club. Oh, that's cute. Well, I I want you to know, Baylor Club is something the company made up for him. The Roman Empire, we made that shit up for us. WWE still doesn't fucking market a Roman Empire. They call him the Roman Empire. He calls us the Roman Empire. See, there's something between wrestler and fan. Nobody told Roman, oh, you should get a fan club and call him the Roman Empire, like they told Finn Balor. Trust me. And I'm sorry, I kind of like Finn, but that little creepy shit where he stands up straight with his like that shit is some like creepy ass Norman Bates type shit. What the fuck is that? Like, what is that supposed to be? Can anybody explain what the fuck is he doing when he's like standing up with his? What the fuck is that? I was like, that looks creepy, and you should never ever do that again. Okay. Now let's get to Extreme Rules, and we're gonna start with the most important thing I feel of that night, which was the kendo stick on a pole match betwixt Alexa Bliss and Bayley. Now, you did not watch the pay-per-view live, did you, Andrew?
I did not.
I have a very good friend who is a casual viewer who is allowing me to use his network until I get mine back. So I watched it. And, yeah, would you like to explain what happened?
Well, yeah, I didn't watch it live. I watched, was it last night? No, 2 nights. It was during Raw, right?
Yeah.
That I watched this. Yeah, that I watched this match and live tweeted it and went on a whole little tweet storm about it. Yeah, it was not good. It was about 6 minutes long, and like shit. And from the very first, from her, like you could tell, like you just see the look on her face. It's just all the joy was beaten out of her face, and that is because that means Bayley, who is really good at playing this character who has an immense just reservoir of joy inherent inside her, distraught basically, or annoyed or frustrated or irritated or whatever, that like she literally couldn't keep the smile on her face. Like you'd see her try to slip it on and it would slip back off like right away. And this is before the fucking match. Like, holy shit. And the match was very short and not good. It didn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, trying to make your baby faces look really fucking stupid. It started with Alexa just walking off to the side of the ring and just motioning for Bayley to go grab the kendo stick. Keep in mind, Alexa is literally 3 feet away from her at all times. And Bayley's like, oh, okay, you're just going to let me go grab it. I'm going to go walk around, but I'm going to turn my back to you. And then, so of course she gets attacked from behind because she's a fucking idiot. And it just went from there. It was just like an immediate they could do in that match to make Bayley look like shit. They did. Like, seriously, they did. They had Alexa no-sell her finisher. Like it was no thing whatsoever within seconds.
Actually, you know what? I counted. It took Alexa Bliss 15 seconds to get up from it.
Mm.
This is a move that has finished like Nia fucking Jax.
Yeah.
But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so, I mean, first of all, on a pole, kendo stick is like a dumb stipulation. It's dumb. I thought in the entire build-up they had been saying the way they had been presenting it was that only the first person who grabbed it could use it. How I had interpreted it. And granted, I wasn't like watching. I didn't watch like the last episode or 2 episodes of Raw before the pay-per-view, but all the clips and everything I was reading was that very specific in that the first person who grabbed the kendo stick could use it. Now, when you say it like that, there's implicit. When you say it that way, it seems pretty clear that only the first person that grabs it can use it. Because otherwise, why wouldn't you just say something like the first person who gets it will have an advantage? Like the first person who grabs it can use it. So the language was entirely weird. So that was just very off. And then Bayley like grabbing the kendo stick and then just being like afraid to use it on somebody, on some piece of little shit Alexa. Like Alexa had been a fucking dickhead to her for like a month, 2 months. And all of a sudden Bayley's a fucking kendo stick? Are you kidding me? Like there was not even ever a point where Bayley's character was like too afraid to use a fucking, to like, you know, get aggressive. Like it's mind-boggling. I mean, I don't know. Like I was following Twitter or whatever during the pay-per-view, and everyone were like, "Yeah, that's a burial," and I was like, "Oh, there's no fucking way this is that bad. This is no way it's as bad as people are saying. It's not fucking happening. No way." So then when I watched it, I was just like, them folks were right. Like that's, and you know, a very charitable interpretation here. Maybe WWE, this is again very charitable. Maybe WWE realizes they fucked up. They needed to do a restart of sorts with Bayley. That's okay. But the way they did it seems likely to have lasting effects and doesn't seem like something lead people around the character, but instead has like gotten people to give up. That is what I have seen, and honestly, I was already past that point, so I didn't have to have this, this experience live. So, and I got to brace myself for the match. So, I don't know. It wasn't as bad for me because I knew what I was about to witness. But yeah, it's frustrating. Character. Not even a year ago, to who I saw debut on the main roster in Battleground with in either the biggest pop or second biggest pop of the year, and it's like within 10 months, dude, you have her getting double chanted, you have her getting out popped by the heel, and you're not doing anything to put her in a situation in which she can thrive whatsoever, and you're just making her look like shit. Bayley never looked like this much shit in NXT.
Ever. Even
when she was a fucking, people didn't know if she was like a psycho, stalker, she didn't look this shitty. She was competitive against AJ Lee in the Divas Championship match. She was a psycho stalker, but she was competitive in a championship match. And that was a month into her NXT run. But this is something, this is a whole new level. And I don't know, it's just mind-blowing from day one. Because at so many different parts of her main roster run, it has felt like, okay, they could do this is a little weird maybe, but they could do this. They could go this direction. They could go this direction. They could go that direction. But none of these options were ever taken. fizzled out into trash. Like nothing ever. She had no arc. She didn't really have any character other than like what the heels gave her, which was basically like, oh, she's a dork Mark. And all Bayley would say was like, yeah, I'm a dork Mark. Really enough to get over on the main roster to like crowds that are a lot more fickle, we'll say, than bull crowds in Full Sail. So they've done a real number on her, and it's really distressing to see because all the people who are like, oh, they're gonna fuck up Bayley, and
like me.
yeah, I know. It seemed like in last July, last August, she was such a hot commodity, such a hot star. Like, you don't have to make her like be the Hogan immediately or whatever, but like, this is the girl. Like, this is the fucking girl. Like, and we all knew she wasn't a great talker, but it's like there are easy ways to get around this shit. There are very easy ways to get around this stuff. Like, why is she not like? Remember the interaction she had with Goldust when she was giving out Bailey Bears? Which again, remember Bailey Bears? Remember when those were a thing? Remember when she had a very brief feud with Alicia Fox because she gave Cedric Alexander a Bailey Bear? Does anybody remember this shit? I feel like people are like,
I remember it. I remember all of this.
Like when I say it, people are like, holy shit, that happened. Like, how many times do I have to say that she fucking arm wrestled Dana Brooke? That might have been Dana Brooke's last time on TV. I'm not entirely certain. Until she tried to interfere in that championship match Bayley had with Charlotte. It might have been, frankly. So yeah, I mean, so many directions you could go with the character, and so many directions you could tell her story and build her to be something and build off of her NXT tenure. Either like, honestly, you could have had her just win every fucking match. Like, if you wanted to call her the hottest free agent in sports entertainment, then fucking put the title on her at Clash of Champions. Her do what Sasha couldn't do, like, immediately. And just be like, oh shit, like Bayley's like, she's fucking worked both Sasha and Charlotte. Boom, there's a star. Like, you do one or the other. Like, if you're gonna call her the biggest deal, make her the biggest fucking deal immediately. Or all of a sudden, all that shit looks very, very hollow. And if you're not gonna if you want to present her as an underdog, if you want to say like, oh, she's not ready for this, then immediately show that. But don't also say, oh, she's such a huge deal, like she's going to be the big you know, it's incongruous with what did. So I don't know, it's just like immensely frustrating, and honestly, like, it's strange because like all the frustration I had with Sasha Banks booking, which was quite a bit and was quite legitimate, that only like just and like a little bit, you know, like I just get angry about that. But like the arc of Bayley's booking, it's just been like, it's just gotten to the point where I don't want to watch WWE anymore, because it's like, you know, if I invest time in these characters and then for whatever reason somebody gets tired of them and just decide, yeah, and just like throws them away like they're a toy, like they're a child playing with fucking toys. Why? Like, it feels the relationship that the talent has to the booker kind of feels like the awful relationship that the American people have to our current president. No matter what he does or says, somehow there's just never a bottom. It can always get worse, as we saw last night.
Oh, God. Well, listen, I want to talk about some happy stuff before we go into last night.
Happy stuff.
Yeah, there is happy stuff for me at least. Did you watch anything else on Extreme Rules?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, The Miz and Dean Ambrose, I know some people didn't like the match. Gino wasn't really high on it, but I really enjoyed that match. I'm enjoying their feud. He was fucking with him from Raw. Oh, that was great. That was great.
That was terrific.
They thought Miz thought he was the bear, then he thought he was
he's the president.
He thought he was the president and pissed off Maurice, and she went running. Like, people making fun of her. Have you ever ran in heels? No. Then stop making fun of her. And then he was the cameraman in Dirty D, so I like where that's going. I also like the main event, what's going on with that. I have to talk about the Fatal 5-Way. I have to, because Roman Reigns was on another fucking level. And this is why I love him. It seems like I knew he wasn't going to win the match, but like, he's the anti-Randy Orton. And if he's not going over, seems like he works harder to make the match just like the best it could fucking possibly be. He was the star of that match. I'm sorry. When the bell rung and the other 4 guys started fighting and he's just standing in the ring watching, like, look at these fucking dorks. I absolutely love that part. And then he's like taking all these bumps. Like, somebody made up a good point. It's always funny how the Roman sucks chants always end up with a "this is awesome" chant too. Like, how does that? How do you make sense? Do you realize that you're saying this is awesome after spots that he does and holy shit and all? But anyway, people are upset that Finn was the one who got choked out, but Roman Reigns just retired the Undertaker, so it wasn't gonna be him. So, and from what I recall, Seth Rollins wasn't in the ring and Bray Wyatt wasn't in the ring. So who else was going to take it? It's Finn Balor. And it's not like he tapped out, he passed out. They do that with faces all the time. Calm down, people. Nobody is even going to remember this. I also, it's lucky for Joe that Braun Strowman's injured, because absolutely Braun Strowman would have killed Paul Heyman. That's how their feud was going to start. It's also kind of strange that right now they're positioning Brock as the face.
Yeah. When
the ultimate goal is that he's going to face Roman. But, like, I guess they're like, we'll deal with it when we get there, which they're not going to deal with it in the best way. But so there are some little things on Raw, because I don't watch the whole 3 hours, but there are little things on Raw that I'm really enjoying here and there. Goldust.
Yeah. I saw that. That was terrific. He's terrific.
And R-Truth. He's he's bringing it to, like, the match probably won't be great, but the promos are. So kudos to those 2 guys. There's a lot. I don't know exactly where they're going with, because this week Cass was attacked, which at first I was kind of irritated by, because I wanted Cass to be the one that was attacking Enzo. And it's probably like the most predictable thing is that the top guys are the ones doing it. I don't want that. I want it to be something more interesting than. And it still doesn't make sense that they attack Enzo, because Enzo's not a threat to anybody. We attacked him twice. So they still have a whodunit. And then the thing with Kurt Angle, it's obviously going to be Stephanie coming back. And I know a lot of people don't. Like, I just don't like it when, like, they're having a feud between middle management. Like, I don't give a fuck about these people. I always enjoy Stephanie on my screen, though, so I kind of miss her. I just haven't said anything to anybody because nobody else misses her.
It's interesting to me because, like, the whole text message thing, like from it, as soon as it started, people were like, "What's going on here? This is new. This is something different." Like this, like you've never seen an announcer just get pulled off like camera by the GM multiple times and them like going over shit and then it'll be like, oh, I don't know, whatever. So that's like, it's something new, but it's ultimately in service to something that, again, Stephanie has been is a very good performer, but is soul crushing to the show. And like is something that has been there forever and never changes and it's just depressing. So it's like you give people, you're like, oh, this is interesting. And then you immediately you shut it down. And it's like, and then at a certain point, and it's increasingly true for more and more people, it seems like, judging how the ratings they've dropped what, like 40% in 2 years?
Yep.
Like, how is that not like a major fucking crisis?
I have no idea, man.
It's insane. That's insane. I don't know. They give you these brief glimpses of hope, and then they just tear it all away.
Yep.
That's WWE. And that's what WWE, and that's so weird because that's what WWE has always been. That's always how this company has interacted with its fans. It'd be good for like a year or two, and then shit for 6 years straight. And people would stick around because they'd be like, every 3 months, there'd be a dope episode of Raw and be like, all right, maybe it's getting back. I'm going to give it some more time, you know? So, like, joke's on us because we're the fucking abuse victims to stick around for it. But.
Yeah, or abuse victims or drug addicts. You got to get that.
Drug addicts, there you go.
Constantly chasing the dragon. Constantly chasing the dragon. So, yeah, you're right.
It's like when you get a bad batch and you're like, fuck, I need to take another hit real fast. I need to get more. Right. You got to take more to get half as high, you know?
Well, let's go on and talk about going to buy into the panic about this, because ever since she's been on TV, people are afraid that she's going to take over the division. You know, the bitch is glass, and she hasn't taken one bump that I've seen. So I'm waiting to see her actually work. But Lana made her SmackDown debut this week, and she has a SmackDown Women's Championship match against Naomi. She was wildly cheered. And like the economy of what happened, like there's all these women wrestlers in the ring in their wrestling gear talking about wrestling, and here comes this woman in a fucking evening gown, like it's 1998 or some shit. Like what? Why the fuck are you in an evening gown? I don't even care if you danced on a chair. Why the fuck are you in an evening gown, lady? You can't wrestle in that. Well, I've seen wrestling matches where that's required of the women, but thanks to like Mattel and sponsors, they're not going to bring back evening gown matches. And trust me, that's like the only reason they're not going to bring back evening gown matches, because it's bad PR in 2017. If it wasn't, they would have had one. Like I get what people are saying, and I there's like WWE main roster never gave me the feeling that they had bought into women's wrestling. It was just a marketing PR ploy for them. They never gave me the impression that they changed their philosophy on what they want in a female superstar. So, like, as somebody told, I forget who, but they were like, they're just going to get another Lana if this one doesn't work out. Yeah. And I said, I would rather have any other Lana but this one. Like, seriously, she is a piece of shit human being.
At least they'd be shady on Twitter.
Thank you. You know, at least they won't be out there fat shaming other women and thinking they're better than they are, and like conning staff when they come to the company to say they have a medical condition so they can't wrestle. So, I guess that medical condition cleared itself up now. Nah, fuck that. Like, she's taking the easy way. And I don't care, being the women's champion, you can go ask Sable. She still had to wrestle. It was horrible. She still had to take bumps and have matches. So until I see Lana doing this, I'm not going to get up in a rage. Because I already, like, Vince is 71 years old. He ain't never changed his mind about this. It was a cute little experiment. And the first thing he did was seek out the first blonde. And she also happened to be a legacy. But, thank God Charlotte actually gives a fuck about the business. Thank God. You know what I'm saying? Because she wanted to improve and actually wanted to have matches, good matches, and actually gave a damn. Alexa
she
Bliss
didn't
cares.
have to do that. Charlotte did not have to improve.
She could have just coasted on her name.
Yeah.
Because it's not like they gave much of a fuck. And I think Alexa Bliss cares. She's just not that good of a worker. If she had a better supporting cast around her, because like all she has is Bayley, who's dead, Sasha Banks, who's like, I don't even know what they're gonna do with her.
We're gonna talk about Sasha later because she's killing me right now.
And Mickie James, who's like, she's old, so they're not gonna feature her. Like seriously, they think, oh, she's an old lady. She's enhancement talent.
She's a mom.
Right, so
she's a mom, therefore people don't want to fuck her, therefore we shouldn't put her on TV.
Right, and I would, come on now, I would still...
You telling me that conversation hasn't happened?
Of course it has, but I would be all over Mickie James. God damn, she's still... Anyway, so the two women feuds that we're looking at for the next pay-per-view are Nia Jax, versus Alexa Bliss, which on Monday, if you watch, the crowd gave zero fucks about.
Zero fucks.
Zero. And it's not just to say, well, look where they were, because they cared very, very much about a Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt match. A match we have seen a gajillion times. The crowd was super duper hot for that match. Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax sitting on their hands. And then the Naomi and Lana, like, I love Naomi, but she is a spot monkey if there ever was one in the women's division. And for somebody like Naomi, you need a balance. And it's not going to be Lana. It's like, there are some people, why don't you give her a chance? I am all for giving her a chance. Why does she have to be in the championship match right off the bat? They are saying her in-ring debut will be a championship match. That is WCW the Giant type shit. And there's nothing special about her like there was about Paul White. Why does she get to just come on the show and be in a championship match? Oh, well, they're going for that meta heat. Well, why is she getting cheered and people saying we want Lana? And by the way, fucker moves of the week number 2. Everybody that chanted, we want Lana. Explain yourself. Why the fuck do you want Lana? Explain. She ain't even that hot. She's not. She is not even that hot. I'm serious. Most of the other women, and it has nothing to do with her attitude. It's just looking at her. She's blonde. All right, well, she's more traditionally attractive. Not to me. According to whose tradition? This is America. This is a melting pot. You don't tell me that. That's it's just gross. Ugh. Yes, I agree, Crazy Chris. Fuck everything about it. But we're not going to, because they want to fuck her. That's exactly right. That's why they're saying it. Because, yes, Lana is not that hot. That's who Vince and Kevin Dunn for.
Yep.
Which is weird to me. Vince's taste in men versus his taste in women. Because Roman is all kinds of exotic. He's all kinds of exotic. But then with women, he likes the straight up boring ass blonde hair, blue eyed woman. Like, what the fuck? Hey, that's weird to me. Like, I know I have a thing for like blondes, but not Lana. Just for some reason, I don't.
That sort of says some shit to me. That sort of says some shit.
Right?
It's internal psychology. You know, he's picking the most basic women.
Right.
But the men he's picking
are very exotic. Even gender.
Oh.
You know he gets hard for gender. Gender do something for him. That's why gender got that belt. He want him a Mandingo type of warrior or something. But when it comes to the women, he wants someone all pristine. And Jim Cornette, when he was talking about how they were drooling all over Sable, they were obsessed with her wearing white panties for some reason. And she's...
Why?
I don't know. And they were like, I bet she's such a lady. And Jim Cornette is like, who the fuck wants a lady? You want a fucking whore that just gobbles the dick and... You know how Jim Cornette is.
Yeah.
I don't want no pristine. That's right. I want somebody that, you know, when the lights go down, get a little freaky. Lana seems frigid. She seems like her favorite phrase is, "Oh, not tonight, not tonight, honey. I have a headache." Poor Rusev. Poor fucking Rusev.
Oh, fuck. See, when you started that sentence, I thought you were about to say her favorite position and only position she accepts is missionary.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
You can't even pull her hair. She's like, "Oh, no. What are you doing? I have a photo shoot tomorrow." Meanwhile, Summer Rae's like, "Pull that shit. They'll fix it." I just don't get it. I just do not get the Lana thing. Somebody has to explain it to me. There are so many beautiful women that are talented, and their talent makes them even more sexy. Like, seriously, that's one of the sick. Like, when Charlotte gets in that zone, she has that face on, she starts doing those flips. I'm like, woo, Jesus. Match. But I don't. It's weird. His taste, like the most traditional dude he had a hard on for him was Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels was very much like Boy Next Door, but at the same time, he was very brash and vulgar and in your face. So like he had traditional looks, but he was like a firecracker. So I kind of understood. Like he was one of the only people at that time that would get in Vince's face and tell him to shut the fuck up. So I could understand how Vince was. Ooh, he's got some balls. So I could understand why. But I just don't get it with Lana. I could kind of. Yeah. I could get it with. I definitely get it with Alexa Bliss, but I do not get it with. She looks like a Barbie doll. Who the fuck wants to fuck Barbie? That's weird.
The weirdest thing about it to me is I feel like Summer is just a way hotter version of Lana, but also can like talk and has charisma. So it doesn't make sense to me how like Lana is the one who is, I don't know, like Summer is way better as a performer and I feel like way hotter. But I don't know. I think she's stunning.
She is. I think so too.
It's so strange. It is so strange. Here's my hope that fucking Naomi beats her in 2 minutes. I know this is not going to happen, but oh my God, it would be so good because it would our expectations. Who even if we hope Naomi will win, like then she'll get cashed in on, or like it'll be like a long drawn out match and not very good or whatever. But like just making it a squash would be something that up and be like, oh shit, they fucking aren't entirely stupid, you know? It's like one of those little bones I need to throw out to get us to hang around here, like for real. It worries me because it feels very similar to the Bailey Ava angle down in NXT. Well, I'm also disappointed that nobody in my review like called me out for being so fucking salty. Like maybe people just don't care anymore, like because everyone else is salty. But I was throwing serious salt around there. No one was like, God, why is he bitching so much? Maybe because everyone else feels the way I do too now. So how about that?
Mostly, I was in the comments. Like there was some Lana stands.
It's not.
But
yeah,
most people were in agreement with you. Like this is the stupidest. Somebody said like, if Lana wins the championship, they can't take that division seriously anymore.
Right? Exactly.
So.
And Vince is reading that and being like, "Ooh, interesting,
great."
You know,
my plan is working.
Yeah, right. So like, see, everyone was like, "Fucking, they're gonna put Ava over Bailey. They're gonna do it." And like NXT played into it so hard. They played into the meta shit so hard. They had Ava Marie hanging out in Regal's office, getting gifts, thanking Total Divas viewers and shit. And like they played in, and like everything they did, it was overbooked to fuck. And then Bailey still came out on top. And it was just like, she just went against the like corporate world and won. And it was like I literally in my Bailey onus, I said, I called that entry Defender of the Legacy, because it's like she was defending like the horsewomen's legacy and like women's wrestling in NXT against like these people who did not appreciate it, or were the antithesis of what NXT had become by then. So like Naomi will either lose, which holy shit, or she'll win and then immediately get cashed in on, because then it's just like, oh, she won, but then it's like champion. And it's like, I like Carmella as an act quite a bit. I think she's a really good like promo, and I think she's got like her head around everything. I just don't think she's like very good in the ring. I mean, she's clearly not good in the ring, but it'll be like they'll give you the moment and then they'll take it away immediately. But like if this was NXT and they were trying to make a baby face, like Bailey would have gotten cashed in on after beating Ava, after overcoming a crooked ref, interfering constantly, Ava cheating constantly, beating Ava, gotten cashed in on, and then beating the cash-in person. Because that's what NXT does. They're like, oh, fuck, this person's up against it. And then they win, and you're like, yeah, they won. And it makes you fucking feel good when you're watching. Why is that so fucking hard to do on the main roster? I don't get it.
I don't either.
And it's not like their business is doing well. The ratings are collapsing. Their house shows numbers are not good. Actually get corporate sponsor, like legitimate corporate sponsorship, because they keep running these generic foreign heels, like trashy carny angle shit.
And their audience is getting older and older because this shit is not cool. It's not.
And boy, I tell you, it's a really good idea to make the one character who gets young girls never come out before for wrestling and book that character into the fucking ground. That's really fucking smart.
Right?
I told myself I wasn't going to get upset.
Well,
we all knew that was a lie. That was never going to happen.
So, well, I mean, it's all you guys' fault for not loving Roman Reigns. So, it's all
I fucking rooted for Roman Reigns over The Undertaker. Where the fuck are the rest of you? Pieces of shit.
It's get on board, damn it. Get on board.
Get on board. Buy Roman Reigns merchandise tonight.
Buy his merch. Stop booing him.
like a note when you buy that, like leave a comment or whatever, being like, I'm buying this shirt so that Vince will push other faces as well.
Please
do.
Like, because it's Lord, it's sudden death. It is down to the wire. This is the fourth quarter. God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What's funny is that the initial name for the show, or the name that I had suggested before I realized that we had already was "You Deserve It," because it was the Miz's promo when fans were chanting "You deserve it" at him. You know, that chant would mean a lot more if you didn't say it at every WWE superstar who wins the crown. Maurice's reaction in the background is terrific, by the way. She literally breaks. She openly breaks, and then was like just nodding her head like, yeah, fucking yeah. I wanted to name it like "You Deserve It," and then you're like, we already did it. But it's ironic that like that initial name, "You Deserve It," and now we're talking about fucking like Lana. Like, oh, the irony.
Oh, God. I just want her to win so those motherfuckers who want to fuck her chant, "You deserve it." I'm like, no.
Oh my.
No, she doesn't.
Don't even say that. That's not funny.
She doesn't.
Like, that's not funny. Hey. That's not fucking funny, dude.
Oh, no. You know what? You know who didn't get those chants? The Maharaja. Nobody chanted "You deserve it" at him.
That's true.
And Philly chanted it at my boy. And ain't nobody chanted that at Ginger. Because I'm sorry, like never in the history of wrestling have I ever heard of somebody, they changed their fucking diet and that's a reason to push them. Come on now. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
so you're saying that you were eating fast food before and now are eating like a diet that an athlete does, and you think you should be the top person in the company because of that?
Right, you should have been fucking doing this. Like, what the fuck? I'm supposed to reward you because now you're taking your job seriously? You should have been doing that. Like, most people who improve in the ring, and they improve with their character, you know, like New Day. They came together. They had a vision, a plan. They worked hard to get it over with the boss. They worked hard to get it over with the crowds because the crowds hated them at first. And then they got their alignments changed, and they kept it going for over 2 years. That's somebody who is deserving of a push, of a reward. Like, Dana Brooke works out shit, but she ain't improved much on television. So you telling me she deserves to be the champion? No. That's like, you're supposed to fucking do that anyway. That's a part of your job, asshole. Like, no, he gets no fucking, that's a lot to do. Yeah, but it's his fucking job to be in shape and look good for TV. That's like basic thing you're supposed to do in wrestling. You don't get no fucking credit from me. Because all of a sudden you're taking it seriously. Fuck that shit. He is like, and please miss me, everybody, with, his presentation. Well, kudos to the people who are presenting him. But he ain't doing shit to earn my applause, praise, nothing. Nothing. He's done nothing. He still sucks. His championship celebration, I was watching it and I was like, this is cool as fuck. And then he opened his mouth and it was over with. No, I'm sorry. I am not a mark. I'm a smart. The bells and whistles don't do shit for me if you don't have just a little bit to back it up with. Just a little bit. And people give Bray Wyatt shit, but Bray Wyatt is actually sitting there trying to come up with some interesting shit for y'all to listen to. It's not interesting, but at least he's trying. He's trying on a character front, on a storyline front, entertaining. How the fuck is your diet entertaining me? I'm sorry, that's my rant for the week. Like, I just cannot. All his diet and his presentation. It has fuck all to do with him as a performer. Please.
Yep.
Oh God.
Yep. It's just, I don't know. The thing with Jinder and now Lana is it's people all of a sudden, for some reason, just newness is like inherently good for like a segment of like fans. And it doesn't make sense to me because like new things can be really fucking awful. Like,
right.
new things can be really terrible. There's nothing inherently good about something that's new. Clearly not good. It's like, why? It's fresh. Like that is such an indictment on the state of the product. Like the product is so fucking shitty and so fucking boring and stayed in same old shit every fucking week that they will look at bad performers and be like, it's different than the trash we've been watching for 25 fucking years. Go for it. That's
so with that in mind, something new and fresh, we should bring Russo back because everything old, if you go a long while without it, it's new again. Back, and we can have swerves every goddamn week.
Yeah.
And we can have in these storylines where people are just having sex with each other just for the pop it gives the crowd. Let's do that. Let's just bring Russo back. That'll be new. We can have swerves every week and championships changing 3 or 4 times in one fucking show. That's new. We've never done that. Come on now. We gotta start expecting or demanding better. That's why, like, it even if I like a wrestler, if I don't like what they're doing, I'm going to say so. I've never been the type that's just like, oh well, you know, this is new or this has never been done before, but it sucks. Jinder Mahal in this position sucks. It does. It's not interesting. Oh well, the crowd is booing him because he's standing up there saying, "You people." The first thing you want to do, like the easiest way to get heat is to talk shit about the crowd. Easiest thing in the world. And I know most heels do it. They're like, well, heels get cheered now. That's great, but where was all of this worry when AJ Styles was getting cheered as a heel champion? I didn't hear all these people, oh, we have to find some way to get people to boo AJ Styles. People were cool with it. Oh, well, he's one of the best wrestlers in the world. He's not going to get booed. He would if the faces going up against him were better. That it's a hard ass position. But hey, that's your job. Try being cheered. I don't know what to tell you. But just because it's new, no. Like, you know what else would be new? Just bring up Nikki Cross and just have her run through everybody on SmackDown Live. That's new. And it would be awesome. But this shit, Lana, no. But so do you think they're not gonna have like a Mrs. Money in the Bank walking around with the briefcase? Andrew.
What?
Did you hear me?
No, sorry. I was I was off in Neverland for a second. What? Huh?
Oh, I was saying, like, do you think whoever wins the women's Money in the Bank is gonna cash in immediately? Like they're not gonna.
I don't know. Maybe. Like, I have no. I don't. I They're not going to give Charlotte the briefcase because she doesn't need it. That's just not going to, like, we can all put that idea out of our heads. It's not going to be Charlotte. They would never put Charlotte in a position of having to rely on that sort of plot device to be in the title match. Like, that's just never going to happen. Becky is strange. The babyface, chaser, only got it once. One-hit wonder is what Alexa
they've done it, though.
Like, have they? I don't know.
They've had a face. Rob Van Dam, he called his spot. Like, he didn't do
what people one night only?
He called his spot. He was like, I'm going to challenge you at this, which I actually would prefer that. I fucking hate Money in the Bank. I wish they would get rid of it.
I do too. Well, you know what I wish? I would just wish they would make it a title shot at SummerSlam.
Yeah. Yes. Or
the Royal Rumble
you get to get a title shot whenever you want it, but it cannot be impromptu. You have to announce it. You can't just, because to me it's cheap. Somebody has already defended their title and then you come out. Of course you should beat them. They just had a fucking match.
Right.
Like, who the fuck? Like,
man, I'll tell you. That's why I don't want Becky to win the briefcase, because if Lana is champion and Becky has the briefcase and cashes in, Lana will go over.
Oh, God.
They would do it to Becky, too. They would.
Oh, God.
Ooh, boy.
Get a teenage rider. No, they don't need a teenage rider. They just need, they need writers who like wrestling, period.
They need writers who like wrestling. They need some women. They need some people of color.
Right.
They definitely need, younger people.
They need more than male white men who've worked in Hollywood. Yeah. That's what they need. They need a more diverse writing staff. That's what they need. They have no women. And this is my whole complaint. It's like, when Braun Strowman attacks Roman Reigns, he's not jealous of him. But when the Welcome Committee attacks Charlotte, they're super duper jealous. And I'm like, what the fuck? No, women have more than just 2 or 3 emotions. we run the gamut just like men. Sometimes we're competitive. You know what I'm saying? We're just as competitive as men. It's not like, oh, she has a better skirt than me. I hate that bitch. I that's why people love the Icons and they do a great job. But to me, all I see is another Mean Girl. It's been done over and over and over and over and over. It's not original.
Wait, God did you just say shit about the Icons?
Yes, I always talk shit about the Icons and their gimmick because they're fucking Mean Girls. That's all they are. Okay, and what? And what? And what?
They're just terrific, though.
Catty Mean Girls. They're catty Mean Girls.
It's a different.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. It's a more comedic thing. I think it is.
No.
There's a distinct difference in the way that Sasha and Summer, Dana and Emma, and the Icons have played this role.
Because
all those partnerships have played.
Because Dana and Emma were the least like Mean Girls. They were actually trying to run the division and win matches and not just talking about how people look and how fashionable they are and shit like that. Oh, your hair. Oh, my God, your hair. Oh, who wears pantsuits? I'm like, bitch, please. Come on now. Why the fuck you care about what somebody wearing? Win a match. That's all. Win.
Paige won tonight. What are you talking about? Get out of here with that shit. Finally, they won. They don't care about winning, though. They don't. They were losing to Oscar left and right, but who cares? She wears pantsuits. Ew. I wouldn't even let my grandma wear that
Okay, yeah, and I'm just sick of that. We need different. Like you're a man. You don't get it. You know, like there definitely could be more death there. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So Roderick Strong tweeted, this is amazing. This is the thing that was distracted me the first time. Bobby Roode tweeted, or the NXT account tweeted a picture of Bobby Roode, and it said, "You're winning matches finally, real Bobby Roode to Roderick Strong." And Roderick Strong quote tweeted it and said, "Says the guy that's just an entrance." It's like scratching chin face.
Oh wow.
Oh,
Sweet Jesus.
that is hot shit right there.
That is awesome.
Right?
Put your bet on that man.
Put the belt on fucking Roderick Strong.
God damn.
Oh.
Saying what we all think, huh?
Yeah.
Saying what we all think.
All fucking thing.
Which I'd rather have Bobby Roode as WWE champion than Jinder Mahal.
Oh, there's no question. Bobby Roode can cut a promo.
Right. He's like, this
not
shit.
the best wrestler in the world, but like the first match he put on with Nakamura was pretty decent. Is far better than anything Jinder has ever done. And Jinder's had matches with like AJ Styles and fucking Sami Zayn, and everything has been trash.
I actually prefer Bobby Roode's championship matches over like the last slew of championship matches.
You know what? I'll agree with that take. I'll agree with that.
I have. So,
I think his
people are
matches have been
talking
more
about
fun.
him in the ring, but I'm like, shit, I'm entertained. Shit. I am. So, he was better than Samoa Joe. More interesting than Finn Balor to me. So, hey, there you go. Finn, I don't know what the hell happened. Easy in NXT, apparently.
Finn was fucking coasting down in Florida. I have to give it to him.
It's very hard to keep up with Roman Reigns in a match, especially a multi-person spot monkey match. But he was right there with him. He had some babyface fire. He was taking all of the abuse from the two big slow dudes. And by the way, how fucking... You are the worst performer in the match, Samoa Joe, and you win. Like, come on now. Like, people... I just hope Brock, like, sees Samoa Joe as a challenge and can get something out of him. But otherwise, whew, it's going to be a challenge because Samoa Joe's kind of round and solid. So I don't know how he's going to take all those suplexes. Like, I have no doubt that Brock can suplex him. I just, the visual. I don't know how. He's not going to be able to, like, flip and die like everybody else does for him, I don't know. But can we, for a second, just have a sidebar and talk about Great Balls of Fire?
Oh.
We've never made... I realize we've never made fun of this. Like, when the name came out, we basically ignored it. So it's like...
And we have a very good reason to bring it up and make fun of it now because we have official acknowledgement from WWE, from a superstar in WWE, that the Great Balls of Fire logo is indeed a dick and balls on fire.
Which, by the way, seek medical attention immediately, sir.
Yeah, right? Like, that is... If your penis is burning that bad, I tell you what, for A, who have you been fucking? And B, go to the doctor right now.
Immediately.
You might need to go to the fucking emergency room at that point. Like
seriously, there might not be any salvation for that.
Yeah, you might just need to give it up. Like, I'm sorry.
I really want to know, like, I want to have, like, Roman's feud set. Because I swear, I am going to die. I want to see him say Great Balls of Fire. I don't know why. That That would just make my whole life to see him, because he's out trying to act all tough and hard.
serious, and yeah.
He's like, at WWE Great Balls of Fire, I'm going to. Like, no, you. How could you do it with a straight face? The only person who said it like is Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe can say anything and make it sound cool. Like,
yeah, right?
He's great at that. But like, I cannot wait. Oh my God, I cannot. Seth Rollins at WWE Great Balls.
Oh my God.
Bray Wyatt. WWE Great Balls of Fire. Oh my God. Lord have mercy. And then there's a story that Jerry Lee Lewis is not happy that is the name. He's like, who the fuck told him?
Oh my God. Oh shit.
Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus.
Jerry Lee Lewis is mad, right? He's mad.
Yeah, he's not.
Did they not fucking check with him? I didn't read the article because why would I read?
I didn't either. I just saw the headline, but
yeah.
I think that he probably doesn't own, because rock stars back then were getting fucked majorly by their record labels.
That's a good point.
So I don't think he even owns that song. He probably doesn't, because if he didn't approve of it, he wouldn't have given permission. So somebody else obviously has to own that name for WWE to use it, because they got lawyers out the ass. They're not using the broken gimmick, so they're not gonna just use the name of a song without going through the proper channels. So yeah. Oh yeah, the Hardys apparently are going to part-time.
Oh yeah.
Apparently. Yeah.
Oh, because Matt is having a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I just hope by the time all of that's over that, Impact has got over the fuck whatever their problem is. Like, I get it. It's like you don't want WWE to profit off of what your company started. I get it. But like, you can't use this. And like, how much money do you think you're gonna make? Because the people with the gimmick are in another company. So like, that's stupid. And people expecting WWE to buy, they're not gonna do that. That's never been their business model. They're not gonna buy the fucking broken gimmick. And you just find pushing those guys out there as a nostalgia act. And the crowd is chanting delete any goddamn way.
Right? Yeah.
And most people don't even know what the fuck they're chanting. I'll just chant it with everybody else is doing delete. Let me do it.
Shit, so I'm gonna do it. Yep.
That's the WWE audience. Oh Lord.
God Almighty.
Goodness gracious. So, I'm just ready for like this whole month to be over with. So maybe the build to SummerSlam, things will like be looking better. John Cena's coming back on Independence Day.
Yeah, on July 4th, so he can get interrupted by Jinder Mahal and then do the job for Jinder Mahal in Brooklyn.
Oh, you know what? If he jobs to Jinder, then there's no way in the world that I want to see John Cena versus Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Because there's no fucking point to it after that.
A win means nothing. Yeah.
It means anyone can beat John Cena then. It means absolutely nothing. And you can just have John fighting geeks and losing to those geeks. Don't even do that. Like seriously, I don't even want to see that. And that's like the one match I really want to fucking see. I want to see the build up because Roman's gotten better on the mic, but his arms are too short to box with God.
Yeah.
They are. And so John Cena is going to ether his ass. And I just want to see what the fuck he could possibly come up with to go against John. But if he loses to Jinder, I just don't even bring him back. Let that be his retirement match. Let that be John Cena's last fucking match. No. No. Oh, it's gonna happen though, isn't it? It's gonna. Oh God, no. Why? Why? Who thinks this is a good idea? Lord, and I miss John Cena. I'm not even a big Cena fan, but I was finding myself like, oh yay, he's coming back on the 4th, yay! But then there's people like, oh, he's gonna feud with Jinder Mahal. I'm like, oh, he can stay gone in.
Take that next part that you have on offer.
I swear to God, just find an excuse to not lose to Jinder Mahal. Like, really, seriously. For real. That's terrible. Anyhow, in 2 days, exactly 48 hours.
You got a big thing coming up.
Yes, I'm going to be at the house show. And I'm so excited because, like, I looked at the Madison Square Garden, the lineup, and I'm kind of assuming that they're gonna be the same matches. And for the women's match, it's a 6-woman match.
6-woman tag.
And yeah, so they're going to have. So I'm thinking I'm going to get to see Sasha and Bailey. So I'm very excited about that too. Like, I really want to see both of those girls live. It doesn't matter if I get to have to see, Nia Jax. That's fine. Maybe she'll surprise me because, like, when I saw Apollo Crews last year, I was like, oh, okay. I like him, and the Colognes, which, like, they were very entertaining and got the crowd to boo the shit out of them by talking about Mississippi, which we're easy targets. Yes, we're easy targets.
Yeah.
But they got super duper heat. Like, they got the most heat out of everybody. Because, like, Seth Rollins was a heel, but he was first coming back. So, he was going to get cheered. So, yeah, it was the Colognes. They got the most heat out of us. So, yeah. That's the thing about house shows. You get to see more of the performers themselves and not being, like, micromanaged.
Yep.
So, yeah. I'm going to
more
have
off the cuff. Yeah.
Yes, I'm going to get so many pictures. Of course, I'm going to use my kids as bait.
Yeah, you're gonna get Sasha's glasses.
I'm going to try very much because they're going to be at the entrance ramp.
I know.
And I'm very much going to try to get a selfie with Rome. Oh my God. And I have to revise what I said. I didn't touch him. He touched me because my hand was out and he touched my hand. Yes. So hopefully he can touch me again.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
No, not like that. He is married.
I know.
That is a married man. But if you ever get a divorce,
I mean, is monogamy really a natural concept anyway?
I don't know because
I mean,
I think so.
I don't think so. Oh, you think so? I don't.
Well, for certain people, for women, because, like, I don't know. I've never been the type to be like, I can look, but I don't really necessarily want to touch. Like,
Are you saying you can look but you can't touch?
Yeah. I don't have to touch.
Wait, come on. Did you not get that reference?
I know the reference is Nikki Bella.
I was expecting you to pop more for it.
I miss her so much that I don't think she's ever coming back. So I just
What? That is so depressing. Why would you say that?
Because like her, I don't know, her neck and stuff.
She wasn't gonna come back.
She wasn't the same when she did. Like, so I know. Keep hope alive, but
Bree's gonna play the hot tag. They're gonna start up the women's tag division, and it's gonna be 3 tag teams.
So you think that when Bree comes back, they'll both be on SmackDown?
I think so. You know what? I hope so. I'm here for some Bellas. And Daniel Bryan will be back too.
Yeah.
I will say this for Shane. He was terrific with Lana last night, both in the ring when he's like, yeah, this is not working for me. It's just like, good Lord, Shane. He's just like
that. It felt like a shoot, didn't it?
Absolutely felt like a shoot, especially when you combined it with the Talking Smack appearance and him just literally straight to her face from 2 feet away saying, when they're sitting down in a room, saying, yeah, you don't deserve this. And then, like, after she walks up, just, like, laughing. I'm just like, Shane. Yeah, like, I swear to God, that was not in character whatsoever.
Right? Because usually when he's in character, he's even nice to the heels who cheat.
Yeah.
He's fair to them. But he was, like, laughing at Lana, like, who the fuck she thinks she is? Like, the most ravishing. Bitch, do you not know Rick Rude?
Right?
Like, that's an insult. That shit. She couldn't even lace Rick Rude's boots. But knowing her, she probably don't know who the fuck Rick Rude is.
No, she got no fucking clue.
Yeah. God.
No fucking clue.
So we got to deal with that until that's over with. Got to deal with Lana and see, that's the thing. And somebody was like coming at me because I said, I'm really not here for like Lana being the focus of the women's division and Jinder being the focus of the men's. And they're like, well, Jinder is not the focus. I said, if they are, Lana isn't the focus right now. But if they both, if he's the champion leading into the second biggest pay-per-view of the year, he's going to be the fucking focus. Especially if he's feuding with John Cena.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm not here for that. I'm gonna be skipping SmackDown. And I don't want to. I actually want to enjoy this stuff. That's the thing. If you make a complaint, there are these segment of fans who think your displeasure is a personal affront to their fandom, and they have to set you straight. Shut the fuck up. Like, if you like it, go over there and like it. Why do I have to also like it? Like, it makes no sense to me. Why are you defending shit to me? It's garbage. You like your garbage, that's fine. I don't. We're at an impasse. And that's to everybody defending Jinder Mahal and Lana's push. I can't get jiggy with either of those things. I don't see the value in either of them. I don't think it's going to be enough of an impact in India to make that much of a difference. Whether they just push somebody else, just like Jinder, and they would have liked that somebody else too. Like, seriously, I don't see the point. But I don't run this company. Maybe it'll work. Like, and it kills me. SmackDown gets one extra viewer, and Jinder Mahal is working. More people are watching. I'm like, man, shut the fuck up. Come on now. No. These are people who are watching anyway. Oh, well, when Randy Orton was champ, yes, Viewers went down after WrestleMania because that's what happens in WWE. Viewers go down in the weeks after WrestleMania. Otherwise, why are the viewers stabilizing on Raw? Just cause? There's no gender over there. What's going on with that? So, like all the selective. I'm gonna give this person credit for the ratings over here, but I won't give this person credit or some stupid bullshit like that. It's just the company doesn't care. Vince is literally doing whatever the fuck he wants. He does not care what we want, and we're watching despite it. So I don't care who they push as long as I'm entertained, and those two things are really not entertaining me. The stuff with Bailey, like, when I saw the match, all I did was just chuckle, really, because it was just like, of course. That's all I thought. Of course. I thought maybe after WrestleMania, like, maybe Vince is bought in, but no. As soon as Alexa Bliss came, it was like, whoop, time to bury the shit out of her. And that's exactly what happened. So I'm like, okay, well, that was nice while it lasted, I guess. But I was always saying, I don't know how Bailey's gonna work for somebody like Vince. There's no way to sexualize her in his eyes. So I don't know. Like Sasha could work better for him because there's a way to sexualize her. He's tried. Lord knows he has. She had to say on Talking Smack, hey, I am married.
I was just going to bring that up. I tell you what, that I feel like she's been knocking it out of the park lately in terms of being really intelligent. Like that bit where she repeatedly said, I'm married, guys. I'm married, guys. And the fact that it's like a shoot type program too. So she'd be like, oh, it's just, but like she's clearly getting that point across that it's like, I can't do a romance angle, but it's the shoot program. So like I'm just shooting, what? That was really fucking smart.
And then there's an extra added layer because her husband's not at home watching. He's backstage watching.
Oh.
And he's been very supportive because like he made her gear to match Rich Swan's gear. Like she is not leaving Makazi, Vince.
Yeah,
stop it.
Give it up.
Jeez. But
yeah, she's been killing it with that bit. The bit on Raw when Alexa walked in and she just says no and flips her hair and walks off. I was just like, that was dynamite. That was that's making the most out of your time right there, because Sasha looked like the most important female on the show just by doing that little bit. That little bit.
And oh God, oof. I don't know, man. I don't know if these two feuds they have planned. I just don't know, man. Women's wrestling taking a big hit with this shit right now.
We got a women's classic tournament down in Florida, and they're gonna run an angle. They're gonna like Lana's gonna bring back the Divas Championship or some shit.
Well, there you have it. Hey, that might do it. Think
of the heat.
And people are gonna fucking cheer.
Oh my God!
Yay, divas! We want divas. We want divas.
Okay, this is literally the darkest timeline.
It is. It's getting there.
This is the darkest timeline.
Yeah, and the darkest timeline is supposed to be Roman Reigns breaking CM Punk's streak.
That'll never happen because Roman Reigns he's been champion for what, 60 days total?
He's had four championship runs, 29 days total.
Right? It kind of feels like that.
Oh yeah. But this is the guy you're trying to make the guy. The fuck? Yeah. So let's have a small sidebar about CM Punk.
Okay.
Oh, my poor CM Punk.
Mm.
He is taking L's all over the place. And it is not a good look for him. And some people speculate that he might want to come back to wrestling now. But I think he's still angry and bitter. And nothing about WWE gives me the impression that they've changed at all. So, like, the only way I can see it working is if he comes back as a part-timer. Because then he would get booked really good. Because he's a part-timer. And but you also have to deal with the idiots who are under the false assumption that he had a problem with part-time. He didn't have a problem with them. He had a problem always losing to them. And there's a difference. Right. Which is the point that everybody on the roster should make. Like, these guys come in out of the blue. They're old as fuck. They beat me and go home. So I just look like a loser and look like and make the old era look better. So I don't know, but hopefully he keeps taking those L's because I do want to see him wrestle. And that's where I am with that.
I've never seen him. I mean, I've seen on the network, but like I've never seen him wrestle a match, like live. Yeah, as it happens.
Yeah. He's very good he's a very good storyteller. Like, I know he botches. He's a little sloppy.
I mean, I don't care about botches.
That's the part. It's a part of his character. It's like there's a level of authenticity that you cannot fucking buy. And very few people have what he has. So he was made for wrestling. I know he got his heart broken. He was disenfranchised, but you don't have to go back to WWE. I would watch him anywhere. So that's where I am with that. Just try it. Do one little off indie show and see what happens. The whatever company he comes back to that is not WWE, Triple H is going to do his damnedest to try to take that company down. And the only company that could probably survive it is New Japan. Yeah. So that's where I'm at. I am looking forward to CM Punk coming back to not WWE. Because I can't get into anywhere else in the indies because as soon as I get into somebody,
they get signed.
They're signing with WWE. Yeah. So fuck it. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to mention?
Not really. NXT was good again. I mean, it's like 2015. The main roster sucked, but the roster sucked because like people were hurt or it was just not good, you know. But now there's so much fucking talent, and NXT is blowing it away now every week, every fucking week. It's very frustrating.
Yeah, but it's also hard because you see these guys and they're putting in such great work, and it's going to be all for naught as soon as Vince gets his fucking hands on them.
Yep.
And it shouldn't be that way. And I wish it couldn't. But like, there's a fucking Game of Thrones shit going on backstage amongst the motherfuckers who don't wrestle, and they're fucking it up for the guys who do. It's silly. It's ridiculous.
Like, think in terms of like trying to fucking up with people by fucking around with their character or not getting who they are. Like Shinsuke Nakamura. His nickname has been well established, the King of Strong Style, for what, a decade? I don't know, forever. And he comes into WWE, and his first match was Sami Zayn in NXT. Pure strong style. They were hitting the shit out of each other, beating the fuck out of each other. Nakamura was like licking blood off his own fucking face. Like, it was lit as shit. And then he gets up to the main roster and they start trying to like do like, okay, he's a rock star. Like, yeah, sure. But like, that's not, they're like, he's a rock star, the artist known as Shinsuke Nakamura. And it's like, they think he's just eccentric. And it's like, they're not pushing the fact that he will beat the fuck out of you for real.
Right. He's a badass.
Because he was an MMA fighter.
Right.
Like, he would beat you. He would fucking work you for real. And it's like, they just don't get that. Or
and
Vince
his matches
get that.
And his matches works.
He works.
Sale. Yeah.
He works underneath as a regular old baby face. And it's just like, first of all, he works on TV every week, which they didn't even do this with AJ Styles back in the fall. AJ worked like one TV match a month. You know? And like barely ever worked tag matches. Like the only tag match I can remember AJ working is the one with Miz, where James Ellsworth was supposed to be the partner and Miz took him out.
Yeah.
And now it's just like, and poor Kevin Owens is literally nothing.
He was better on Raw. He was in a better position on Raw with Jericho winning all his matches for him.
Yeah, than he is here, because now he barely gets time to talk, which is amazing because they don't even have that many very good talkers on the show. And his promos are shit, and he doesn't care about giving them because he knows they're shit. So he's got like no inflection at all in his voice, no care whatsoever. And his matches are very same old, you know? And it's just like, this guy, when he was in NXT, this dude was the fucking scariest motherfucker around. Just by like giving a cold stare, you'd be like, oh shit, something's going to go down. And now he just seems like nothing. It's so disappointing seeing so many people like be used so poorly. Think about what this roster could be. Like, if you take like peak Kevin Owens, like using Nakamura correctly, fucking peak Sasha and Bayley. I'm telling you, man. It's just bizarre. I will say this: thank God for Breezango, because they're keeping me going like every week on SmackDown. Like every time they show up, I'm just like, oh, thank God. And this week was terrific. I hope they do this more and more people. Just like men, women, mid-carders, main eventers, like people just trying to like hire them and figure out cases and shit for them. Because that's possibly an inspired bit. Like that can help literally everybody on the show. You can literally help every single person on the show just with that gimmick. And
shout out to
using different people.
Shout out to Tyler Breeze, the first man I've ever seen look good in a romper. Like I was like, Tyler actually looks good in a freaking romper. How is this possible? Like it fits him. Like God, I could not believe it. Like you don't look bad.
That was so. The thing about those segments is I have a hard time writing them up because the jokes are so fast that it just like they telling a joke like every 3 seconds. It's nonstop, and like the shit in the background too is incredible. You know, like I fucking Fandango, like, we can't be bribed, throwing the rompum on the ground, and then Tyler walks in the picture wearing it, and he's like, oh, that looks good, actually. All right, we're on the case. I'm just like, yeah, that's fucking terrific. I don't know if you've been thinking about who is fucking with them, who ransacked their office last week, but I'm thinking it's Alpha, the turning Alpha heel.
I hope so.
I sure hope so, right?
Yeah, because they've disappeared from TV.
Mm-hmm.
Ty Dillinger disappeared from TV. like some people are, oh yay, they're going to SmackDown, but they have to be used on the show. For you know. So hopefully Alpha does get some edge to him.
Yeah.
But
because I think they could be, like, you turn them heel for a little bit, I think they could be really good. And especially because I feel like they'll be able to, like, fuck around more as heels, just be like dicks, but like, you know, kind of. And I feel like that can help get their character, like, because that's how they got over in NXT. I don't know why my voice just got so high. By being like arrogant, cocky, like dickheads, and like you just couldn't help but start liking it, you know. So I don't know. Maybe they're doing that up in New York. Hopefully that's what they're doing. I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny how the tag team division got better and everything else got worse.
Everything else on the show fell apart. But the tag scene is lit as fuck on SmackDown.
Road Dogg, get your shit together, man.
Right? Road Dogg's like, fuck it. I was a tag team guy. I'm gonna fucking, you know. No. I mean, it's weird because you still can see the shit where it, like, the Fashion Files shit feels like something they would do in like the fall or like, you know, in January or like early February, like when they were at their peak. But like everything else on the show is like so formulaic, like, except Sammy acting like a fucking lunatic backstage. You've seen the GIF of him mimicking Shinsuke, right?
Yes,
that is fucking incredible. I love that man. I put him over every week in the review. Every week I try to put Sammy over.
Yeah, too bad he's getting beat up by bootleg merch all the time. And he stood tall at the end of the show. Ugh. F show. Baron Corbin stands tall. Boo. Boo. Go away.
Yep. Yeah, so Raw is weirdly better, but they buried Bayley, so that's just depressing as fuck. And SmackDown, the only thing good on it is the tag division. And NXT's great. So WWE is WWE. And it always will be until
Vince is no longer in control.
Vince is no longer in control.
Yeah. So yeah. Yes, we'll be at this again next week.
Maybe. I mean, they might fucking break us even more. You never know. This could be our last show, everybody. It's entirely possible.
Right? Yeah.
Shit might get worse and worse, and we might just quit.
Raw's gonna get a little bit better because Braun's gonna be back in a few weeks.
Braun's gonna be back, yeah.
That's why, like, I thought Bray was gonna be feuding with Roman, but it's Seth because they obviously think Braun's coming back sooner than they expect.
That's a good call. Yeah.
I'm totally ready for Roman to give one of his quiet ass promos backstage, and they are. I have to like turn the volume like to up all the way up. I'm like, what the fuck? So he's gonna be giving one of his quiet ass promos, and then you're gonna hear, "I'm not finished with you." So I'm just waiting for that to happen.
God.
Probably after Great Balls of Fire.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Where is Great Balls of Fire?
I don't know.
Why did I just Google Great Balls of Fire? Like, that's gonna help. I need to add WWE to this. See, is Sasha Banks on the odd-looking Great Balls of Fire logo?
It's bad.
I added WWE and I got the same exact result. Hold on. Dallas. Okay.
Oh, Dallas.
July 9th.
Okay, they have a whole month.
That's a long ways away. Fuck. not good.
I thought it was going to be in like 2 weeks, like all their other
Good, dude. Oh, that is not good. That is a long way away.
It is. Yeah. So Braun might actually come back before the show then, I think.
Or the show after, like July 10th.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's the latest I can see him coming back. I don't know, maybe we'll see. Who fucking knows? So takeover tickets go on sale officially on Friday, so I can't wait to buy that. And
you going to takeover?
Takeovers are always hot. Like takeovers, especially in Barclays. I'm so mad I missed last year. Fucking giving that wedding speech. To go to. Like they're fucking awesome. Even if like the card's shaping up like it's gonna be fire too, but that'll be great. But I'm just like, man, takeover's gonna be really good. And then SummerSlam the next night is gonna have like wanna see. And it's just like, holy shit. I hope they put on like Sasha and Alexa second and Sasha goes over so I can leave, or she loses so I can leave. Like either way, just put that match on early because I don't give a fuck about the rest. I'll just go get drunk with my friends. Shit.
Well, because it might be Brock versus Braun. You wouldn't be interested to seeing that?
The thing is, I would have doors open at like what 5:30 or whatever. Pay-per-view will start officially at 7 and go till 11, but it'll really be like 11:30. So I'll be in Barclays for like 5 hours, 5.5 hours if I stay the whole time. That is so fucking long.
Yeah.
So like maybe I'll stick around, but if the rest of the cards, if it's like the match I want to see is early and then the rest of the card sucks and then the main event's going to be, I'll just like, you know what? I paid to see what I wanted to see.
Yeah,
and
that's
like
fair.
I can watch the other stuff, sometime later, and it'll be fun. But I don't need to see it in person, especially because I didn't go out like all out to buy a nice seat for SummerSlam. I was just like, I'm just get in the building. I'm not trying to fucking spend $1,000 fucking dollars. Ridiculous shit.
Yeah. Yep. Vince milking the fans he has left.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Like, it's insane. Insane. Yep. So that's this. That's been this week. I hope you all enjoyed us being depressing, pretty much, for the most part.
Yeah. But, we also got to talk about fun stuff, so.
We did also get to talk about fun shit. And you did that Seth Rollins impression, which... whew, I tell you, I was not expecting that in the least bit.
I cannot wait till he says it. I'm telling you, I'm going to pop on him and Roman. I think Dean can get away with saying it because Dean has a cool voice. But those two, I cannot wait for them to say it.
And Dean's always a little bit cheeky too, so he can get away with it. Yeah. WWE, great balls of fire.
Okay, let's go. Get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. Let's get the shit out of here. Okay, bye. Everybody go hug yourselves. Good night.
All right. Bye-bye.